To test your EQ or testing your emotional intelligence is actually not a problem, and we'll do that in a moment. But a lot harder is then to bring those levels up which are low. And that's why we've created a set of 7 areas or 7 videos which take you through all the 7 areas of life, and we show you how you can empower each of those areas in a very dramatic way. But before we go there, well, I'd like to test with you how emotionally intelligent you are. As we start, just take a piece of paper and make a line in the middle and write up on top empowered and write at the bottom disempowered. And as we go through the 7 areas of life now, you just fill them in rather towards the top, rather in the middle, or rather to the bottom of the page. And as you see that you have more areas at the bottom of the page, well, then that's something you need to get cranking, get working. And areas which are up on top, you'll find immediately they are anyway your greatest passion and your greatest joy, all right? So let's get started. The very first chapter has to do with life purpose. Do you get up in the morning and you know exactly why you do things? What motivates you? What drives you? What brings you that heartfelt joy? Well, if you do, write it towards the top of the page. If you're dangling around, nothing really excites you, you have a lot of complaints about all the different things that you have to do and you don't like to do them, well then at the bottom of the page. And then if you get along quite well, you have some passion in life, you have some knowledge about what it could be that really drives you most, well then write it to the middle of the page. Now as we go to relationship, it's a lot easier. You can really say if you have great relationships, and that could be with my parents. So you write parent relationship towards the top of the page. Well, we communicate well, we support each other well, we have great understanding and we get on really, really well. And then spouse relationship, dreadful, horrible cheating, lying, beating, bullying, all sorts of nightmares, 3 times divorce, self-minimized, no matter what it is, then it's towards the bottom of the page. And you can do that for your boss, for your clients, for your parents, for your friends, and you sort out where the majority of these relationships is. Then we go to the next chapter, which is to do with your physical health. Again, if you have lots of power, energy, lean, good discipline, you do your exercise, you do love your health, you eat healthy food, you maintain it well, you have great knowledge about your health and what is good for you and what not, well then that goes to the top of the page. If you have aches and pains and you need the doctor for everything, you don't know what's wrong with you and you eat unhealthy food, you're a couch potato, you do everything else but exercise, well then that would go to the bottom of the page. If you have a serious disease and you don't know how to help yourself, then that's really the bottom of the page. Okay, next area would be mental. Easy to understand. If you have a lot of degrees, knowledge, titles, diplomas, certificates, and you have expertise in a field, you know fantastically well about a particular subject. It doesn't matter what it is. Sailing boats, cakes, whatever you like. If you have an expertise in that field, top of the page. If you go rather towards the middle, you know a little bit, jack of all trades, master of none. You know a lot of things, but you're not really excited about one particular subject, middle. And then if you, well, have trouble learning, concentrating, focus, you don't really have a passion, you're not curious about life, you're not, well, life is actually a drag, well, then that's bottom of the page. The next chapter would be our financial status, and that's pretty simple. If you have money working for you, you live of your interest, you live of the rent that you get, you live of your bonds, you live of the little business that you create and they all feed you and you can lean back and enjoy life, well then that is right to the top of the page, fully empowered. If you have to work for money, if you put all the effort in to get your money together to, well, pay the rent, to do this, and you owe money to other people, bottom of the page. And then you can vary where you are in the middle. And then we have the next subject, which is leadership skill. And that's a simple thing. If you have a lot of people following you, and they, well, want to dress like you, they love you, they wait from letters for emails from you, they adore you, they, well, do what you teach them, they listen to your advice, well, then that's top of the page. If you get criticized and people don't give you that well done, if they more or less, just him again and he tries to tell us what he wants or she wants, if there is criticism and nagging and no gratitude for your participation in life, well, then that's bottom of the page. If you have a fan club of 5-6 people who love to eat your cakes, well, middle of the page, all right? And now we look at vocation, and we don't look at how long you work. That's nothing to do with it. It's actually the ratio between how long you work and how much money you get for it. Now, if you work long hours and you put a lot of effort in, but you don't earn any money, well, that's not really the purpose of work if you don't want to run away from your family. So the ratio between that, if you work very efficient, very concentrated, you go up in your career, you improve your salary, you work less with more income, then that's top of the page. If you, well, pay to work, like a lot of self-employed people do, or don't have work and you don't get any pay, well, then that's bottom of the page. So if you would like to learn that, if you would like to empower all those areas, earn a lot of money, have great relationships, have a lean and healthy body, have loads of energy and a bright mind, well, then all you need to do is fill in your name and email here at the site, and we'll show you over 7 consecutive days how you can repair each area of life and empower it to full success. All right? Fill in your name and email, and we'll see you in our inner sanctum.